2013 and 14 basketball season is upon us. And most fans come on Friday nights, Tuesday nights. They see a well-oiled machine, but a lot goes into making this basketball program what it is well before that first tip-off on opening night. It's no secret that LaSalle High School has established itself as one of the elite basketball programs in all of Ohio. In the last 5 years, Coach Fleming and his Lancers have compiled a resume unmatched in the Buckeye State. A 112-18 overall record, 42-8 in the GCL, 3 co-GCL championships, 1 outright GCL championship, 4 regional final appearances, and a state championship debut. Although the scenery may change, expectations remain the same. We talk a lot about what goes into a basketball season, but certainly a lot of people don't see that. And I have with us right now CJ Fleming. A lot of people talking about a freshman potentially in that starting 5 early on, and certainly the injury to Jeff Larkin has provided him this opportunity. You're playing under your dad, you're filling the shoes of perhaps Ryan, but you want to establish your own tradition here at LaSalle High School. But there are some big shoes to fill with your dad and Ryan. Talk about what it's like for you going into this basketball season.
Well, you know, them winning state and all, it's always something you can brag to your brother about. So I just want to try to help my team get back to state so I can be able to brag like Ryan can to us right now. But we just got to keep working and keep getting better for the season.
It's a little surreal. You come from St. Ignatius. You kind of watched this basketball program since you were knee-high to a grasshopper, and it's finally here. Is it more of a weight off your shoulders, or you got a little bit of anxiety saying, let's get this train rolling?
For like since practice started, it's been I've been getting really nervous for the first game, but we just got to go out there and play our game, and just first Roger Bacon, we just got to play, and hopefully we can come out with the win. Playing under your dad, does it make dinner time a little more interesting at home? Well, as he always says, we don't talk about it at home. It's just in basketball and not in the car anyway. But it's hard playing for him. He yells a lot, but yeah, it's been pretty good since practice has started. It's Barrett Cohen. We're here with the 2 big guys height-wise. I got Blake Simpson here, who's 4'3". I also have here Tim Bell. Tim, how tall are you anyways?
About 6'1".
6'1". 6'1 and a half, 6'2". How tall are you, Blake?
6'7".
6'7". Guys, it's go time. It's basketball season. I saw you guys tonight kind of throwing the ball around. Flem's yelling his traditional ball. It's time to play hoops. And a lot of people really anxious to see what this basketball team's like this year. Tim, you were a part of that team last year that went all the way down to Xavier in the regional finals. Talk about, if you could, the expectations that you guys are putting on yourself this year, especially now that you're a senior on this basketball team.
Well, we just believe it would go all the way. Last year we came up a little short, but we're more prepared this year. We got 4 starters coming back, so we're just ready. We got CJ Fleming coming in, so we're ready and forward and whatnot. I don't have any worries about the team or nothing.
What do you say to some people that might say, losing Jeff Larkin is going to be a real negative impact on this team? What do you say to those fans?
They don't know what they're missing. He's gone, but he's coming back soon, and all that is just our motivation to work harder so we can get better. And then by the time he comes, we're just going to sweep everybody.
All right, Blake, there's no secret. I mean, for a long time, the Lancer basketball program has not really had that big man, that presence in the middle. First and foremost, congratulate you, because I think you would admit when you came from Moeller, you didn't necessarily buy into the whole Coach Fleming philosophy, but you certainly have now, and I know he's very proud of you and where you've come. But you're a big component of this success of this basketball team inside for LaSalle. Talk about how excited you are for the upcoming season.
I mean, I'm real excited. I mean, like Tim said, our goal is to win state, and we've been working on that ever since last April, I want to say. So that's it.
Coach Fleming always talks about, it's not about an individual guy, and perhaps when people come into play this program, especially somebody your size, it's real easy to say, give me the ball, I want to score. How hard was that for you to buy into that philosophy that it's not about me, I'm just a moving part of this machine, and there's nobody that's greater than another person, especially with a guy your size inside? I mean, guys inside like to score. So how hard was that for you to get out of that mentality?
I mean, it was real hard, but Coach Fleming pushed me every day and made me a defensive threat inside.
And you are very close to breaking the all-time GCL block shots record. I know that's on your mind, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's on my mind. Like I said, Coach Fleming has been talking about that goal every day in practice about breaking that record, so I hope I can get it.
You think you could handle me inside? What are you laughing at?
You.
All right, two guys that you probably heard of before, Jeff Larkin to my left, your right, and to my right, your left, Jeremy Larkin. We'll start with the older brother first. It just seems like yesterday, Jeff, that we were at St. Xavier doing your first interview. You were a shy little guy. You didn't have much to say. You still don't have a lot to say, but without getting into detail about your injury and you coming back, first and foremost, congratulations on the Christian brother commit. And also, where are you in that whole progress of your rehabilitation of your leg?
Right now, everything's going really well. Talking to Dan or Dr. Berger, they all said I'm real ahead of schedule. I just started my running program this week, and I'm on step 2 already, and Dan said that's usually like 4 weeks ahead of schedule, so everything's going well so far.
For anybody that asks, will he be back before the end of the season, it looks like you certainly will.
Yes, sir. No, there's no doubt about it. I should be back either at the January 3rd game against McNick or before we go to Florida.
Can we get a Bucks roll deep out of you?
Bucks roll deep.
We'll get Coach Nienaber coming on the show hopefully later on this week to talk about your commit. Let's go to Jeremy Larkin. Jeremy, you're always going to be known as that little brother of Jeff. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's fine. You know, I got used to it. Back in grade school, they used to call me Little Jeff. I'm used to it now.
Yeah, but all joking aside, I mean, you kind of want to blaze your own path a little bit, and certainly you had a lot of success for the football team. And now it's a completely different path for you now in basketball now. What expectations do you have for yourself, and how hard is that transition from football to basketball?
Really, the only hard transition it really is just the conditioning, and then a different style of playing, and then a different strictness from Coach Moore to Coach Fleming. And my expectation is just try to step up without Jeff being here the first couple games, and really be able to lead this team. That's all.
I'm going to go back to Jeff here. Jeff, is it wrong to assume that a state championship is the ultimate goal for this basketball team?
Oh no, that's not wrong at all. Every year we try to get a state championship, and this year, especially returning 4 starters, it's more likely of a chance that we could do that. And I tell my team every day, like, work hard because we want to get another banner up there. We want to move that flag over and put a banner up there. So we know we got to work hard because we know ultimately we want to play deep in March and April and get to Columbus.
Johnny McAnally here. And Johnny, I'm going to ask you a similar question that we've asked Jeremy Larkin. And how hard has that transition been off the football field, the gridiron, onto the hardwood?
Really the only hard transition is getting in shape because football shape and basketball shape are 2 different things. So it really takes a lot of hard work to get back into basketball shape and get into the swing of things.
Explain to somebody that perhaps is just coming into this basketball program, explain what it's like to play in this philosophy of basketball, also under the tutelage of Dan Fleming. It's not an easy thing to do, is it?
No, it's not. Really, you got to work as hard as you can every single day, come in, work nonstop the entire time you're in the gym, and play defense. And not only do you work only in the gym, it's what you do at home too, because you can't prepare yourself just in here because you don't get enough time. So it's sometimes what you do at home.
I've often said before that you might not be able to shoot a basket to save your life, but if you can play defense, not you specifically, but if you can play defense, there's a spot on you for you on this LaSalle basketball team, which prides itself on defense. And as a guard, that's a key component in your game, I'm sure.
Yeah, you got to be able to play D, and I'd say defense is my better side of the ball, but I mean, there's always room for improvement, and that's what I'm trying to work on every day at practice.
And now Coach Fleming, and one thing I promise you is my questions will be shorter this year. You happy about that?
I am, as long as you don't answer them after you ask them.
But isn't that just less work for you?
It is, that's true. And I have plenty of work ahead of me right now.
And my experience is you don't always answer the questions the way I want you to answer. You kind of hide it, so it's a lot better if I answer them.
You get what you want that way, but I don't know if that's what they want or not.
Coach, we just talked to a couple of the guys, and the season's here. And I know a lot of Lancer fans are starving for some success. We know if we ask you, this team's not going to win a game all year, though. But it's here, and it's refreshing to be around Lancer basketball, watching you guys practice tonight. Mid-season form, certainly not probably what you want to categorize this team as, but you guys look good.
No, I don't know if we look good yet or not, but we are. Today was actually better. We're trying a little bit harder. I think we're making some progress. It's only November or whatever, so we still have a lot of time. We want to be really good by February and March, and it is a process. It just doesn't all of a sudden you get there. It's a grind. It's a marathon we're on. So, we have time. We do want to make progress. We do want to get better. We got to grow up some. Some of our better players are freshmen and sophomores, and they have to step up and play. We got to do well to hopefully we get Jeff back, and then we'll go from there.
So Jeff not in the lineup for the foreseeable future. CJ being inserted. Is he taking that guard spot from Jeff?
Not necessarily taking that spot. CJ was going to be the fifth starter no matter what. So actually, CJ's going to stay in the lineup when Jeff comes back. It's just whoever that fifth guy is right now has been hit and miss. Some days they have good days, some days they have bad days. And my job as a coach, like it was last year, not knocking these guys, but like Eric Southers or Brett Cooper, they had some good days, some bad days when we played, and they were having one of their bad days. I had to put somebody else in and hope that they had a good day. So. As a job as a coach is to find the right guys, the guys that you can count on the most and do things correctly more often than not. We're not going to play perfect. We just watched tape. We played well this quarter. We won the quarter, but we turned it over. We missed this assignment. But in the quarter, we're winning 9-3. So we're up 6. That's a good quarter.
Talk about your scrimmages up to this point. I think you talked a little bit about there with Lakota East and a couple of these teams you face. You've been doing this a long time. How does this team now compare to where you've been in other years, this point of the year, maybe a week or two away from the beginning of the season?
Yeah, the biggest fear we have right now is we don't do a very good job of guarding the ball, including Jeremy Larkin. Jeremy's by far our best on the ball defender we had last year, and right now we just don't guard the ball very well. And the way we play, if you don't get the ball under control, we can't do the things we want. And all of a sudden, the ball's not under control, and now they're in the rim, and now they're in the lane, and now Blake's got to come out and boom, 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 he gets a foul, he gets this, or they shoot a wide open three. We got to get the ball under control. That we've spent hours upon hours this past week guarding the ball, taking proper angles, trying to do a better job. And the way we play, and once again, it all starts with the ball. If we can get the ball under control, then the other things become pretty easy. A lot of it's a mentality, and we just don't have that LaSalle basketball mentality right now. I'm not saying it's horrible. We're just not at that point where we can be really good and win a lot of games. We're not going to outscore people, although they would like to. We're not outscoring people. We have to stop people. We have to pick up loose balls, and we have to make sure when they shoot it, we get the rebound and then spend some time on offense.
That's been the signature of your program for a long time. Talk, if you could, to the average fan who perhaps is coming into LaSalle High School, hasn't been around LaSalle basketball. Describe Lancer basketball, if you could, in 3 or 4 sentences.
Lancer basketball is about high-quality guys, really tough guys that are willing to put the team ahead of themselves and are willing to do everything they can for the benefit of the team. It's not about the individual. It's not about how many points or how many of this. It's about us versus them, and that's all that counts. And guys that are willing to do that and guys that are tough enough to take how we coach you, you can play here.
Flem, good luck the rest of the season. And Monday night, Lancer Manus starts at 6 o'clock. Will you be there?
I will be. I'll be barking then, and a nice chicken dinner. Barrett, if you can make it, we have a leg for you. That's all you're getting. We got to worry a little bit about your out-of-season conditioning you went through this year, so we're going to have to keep an eye on you this year.
Do you think when you go down, see, turnabout's fair play, when you go down, if you remember what happened the last time you went down to Ocala, Florida, there was a video montage made of – see, it's you'd expect a backfire, didn't you?
No,
so
good.
Could we see another video surface up after this trip down to Ocala this year?
Well, I've coached over 500 games, and every game looks the same. So I was wondering what it took so long to get something like that. I'm watching. I'm like, everybody's laughing. I'm like, it's the same thing every game. Our players give maximum effort. I'm giving maximum effort. Our coaches are trying the best they can. And coincidentally, we've been having some success around here.
Broadcasters bring the same kind of approach.
Yeah, well, like I said way back when you first did your first broadcast, if we'd have lost that game, it might have been the last game you've done. So we're glad you guys have been a good luck charm for us, and we're looking forward to the year, and we got to get after it. And the first game's going to be tough. Roger Bacon is very, very good, but we got him at home this year, and hopefully we'll play better and make a few shots. But we're looking forward to the season. I think we are starting to get. I won't say this to them, but I think we are getting a little bit better here. We just gotta. We'll find out a lot tomorrow. We play Lakota West tomorrow. They're very good, and we'll find out what they can do and if we can match that challenge tomorrow.
It'll be a lot of fun. You can follow the Lancer basketball program all season long on WLSN and on the radio side. Myself and Joe Sunderman, the voice of the Musketeers, on Class X Radio. For head coach Dan Fleming, your executive producer Mike Nye, I'm Barrett Cohen, WLSN and the LaSalle Broadcasting Network.